Right, hello everybody, it's me, Sinal. Face cam on today, I tied up my beard, I'm looking all nice, and I'm gonna react to the season preview, which I've been waiting quite a few days to watch actually, to be honest, so I thought I'd do a reaction to it and upload that, so here we go. 38 minutes, holy moly.
Welcome everyone to the Torchlight Infinite Arcana season preview. I'm Andre, your community manager. The Frozen Canvas was a significant milestone for Torchlight Infinite. It was a major development effort that introduced many impactful changes, reshaping the game in several ways. With the Season of Arcana, our focus is on refining and enhancing what worked best, addressing areas that needed improvement, and of course,
like the rebalancing
and exciting seasonal content. This season brings a brand new seasonal mechanic, a new growth system, an exciting hero trait, exclusive support skills, and major enhancements to underperforming hero traits from last season.
Nice, the hero rebalancing is going to be huge.
Showdown with fresh twists, expanding co-op content, and making a host of quality of life improvements that will elevate your experience. Plus, we're keeping all heroes free for this season. So if you didn't check out Selena last season, this is your chance to do so.
Okay, I just want to say that the decision to make all the heroes except for the new one free is genius. Like, they should have done that from this. I thought when I first started playing that's how that was going to work, but then still had to buy them, and they had all these hero tokens, which I still have some of those hero tokens I haven't spent. I don't even know why I've still got them or why I can't exchange them for something or just get rid of them. Like, I don't really see the point of it unless they're planning on reverting back to the old way, which I don't think would be very good. Please don't do that. It won't be healthy for the game, and it's a lot better for. Well, it's better for the game because then the only content that content creators can put out that people can't do is the new hero unless they buy it, right? So it opens up a lot more content creators, and you'll get more content creators creating more content, which will drive people to play the game more. If it's easier for people to play, they'll play, basically.
Now, without further ado, let's jump right in.
Let's. Sorry, I'm just going to pause again. So I did make. I know nobody watched it because it had like 40 or 50 views or something, but I made a video that was like a reaction to the pre-reveal thing, like the very first 3-minute video, and I thought that the league would be some kind of deck building league because of all the tarot cards, so I'm just trying to see if that's going to be accurate. I can see here it says sorry, my camera's flipped, but over here it says new Iris, so obviously, you know, I was right about that. The reason they were showing off Iris so much is because she was getting another hero trait, which I have heard some things about, so I'm not going into this completely blind, but it sounds pretty cool. On them might be something to do with the heroes themselves. If it is a deck building thing, it might not be.
In the Season of Arcana, mysterious tarot cards are scattered across the stages of the Netherrealm, each one activating a unique challenge with its own mechanic. These cards present a dozen different trials for you to conquer, each offering a fresh experience and a test.
It looks like,
for example, The sun. When triggering this card, a dazzling sun rises, expanding its radiance rapidly and sweeping the scene with scorching energy. The Hermit.
Interesting.
Trigger it, and mysterious assassins emerge from the shadows, visible only when they draw near.
Oh god, that's
The
gonna be
Chariot.
awful for hardcore.
Chariots rush from all directions, demanding agility to dodge their collisions. The Magician. Navigate a complex illusion to find a true child of destiny hidden within. Complete
Proximity
each
shields,
trial might earn you a
ew.
gift from Torchlight, the new season mechanic NPC.
3 collected chests of destiny with the highest rarity up to purple rarity +1. Let's see.
These gifts, called Notes of Arcana, hold powers revealed upon entering the Tarot's secret path. Once you've completed enough trials, you'll gain access to the Tarot path, which functions.
Does that look weird? Like the aspect ratio is a little bit. Maybe it's just because it's isometric. So it looks like it's a path that goes around this.
Like a classic board game. Along the board, you'll encounter tempting treasure chests, each offering rewards, but beware, as some turn out to be traps. Now here's a quick look at
What
how
do the
you
traps
can use
do,
the
though?
Notes of Arcana to maneuver around the new seasonal mechanic.
Okay,
you can
show
use the
us.
Notes of Arcana to move strategically, stepping from 1 to 6 spaces to skip traps. Upgrade the rank of your favorite treasure chests, boosting their reward significantly.
Yes, let's
When
go.
you're ready to cash in on your loot, prepare for the ultimate test, as you're about to face each card in a series
Jesus.
of ever increasingly difficult challenges. But it would probably be really boring to just, go one card at a
Glad there's no
time
eye
in the
tracker
entire
there.
season.
You could probably guess what I was looking
We
at.
decided to allow these cards to stack with each other the deeper you get into battle. That is to say, as the battle deepens, the power of multiple tarot cards will converge on the field at the same time.
Okay.
So for example, you can
Scaling
have the
difficulty,
Stun
scaling
Scorching Arm
reward.
covering the map,
Perfect.
the Chariot colliding from all directions, while at the same time, the Lovers are stepping with the Dance of the Executioner. Now, of course, as you stack these cards and their trials for higher difficulty, rewards will also.
I don't know if you guys saw that. I'm just going to go back a second. So while... See how they've all got shields on now? It's because those other tower things were still up. So he had to destroy those before he could even damage these ones.
Now, of course, as you stack these cards and their trials for higher difficulty, rewards will also
That's really cool.
exponentially grow.
Like
now
that.
that you're familiar with the Arcana mechanic, it's time to delve into the Destiny mechanic.
Destiny mechanic, okay. Sorry. Have another drink.
With each season, we strive to bring players a fresh and engaging growth mechanic worth exploring and interacting with. For the
So not
season of
Mistville.
Arcana,
LOL.
Battle Pack spirits will undergo significant adjustments and optimizations. From
Oh.
acquisition, usage, to even leveling, all of Battle Packs have been improved. Recognizing that the previous pack spirits offer players too monotonous effects, we have introduced a new type of item, Destiny, which can be installed on the corresponding pet spirit talent nodes to completely replace the original effect of the talent nodes. You can think of Destiny as a mechanic similar to any other in the game, such as crafting, candles, but it's been seamlessly integrated into the Battle Pack system. But the best part? The Destiny mechanic is not dependent on the rarity of Battle Packs, so even if you only have, let's say, level 1 blue Battle Packs, you're still going to be able to unlock all the talent nodes. Destinies are divided into Fates and Kismets.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but he keeps saying battle pets. Battle packs. So I'm going to assume this doesn't apply for prop packs. Because he's specifically saying battle ones. So that'd be like ones that give attack power, ones that give support power, the ones that give defensive power.
Fates provide players with regular attributes.
So these are
supplements,
drops.
such as resistance, mana compensation, curse effects, and more.
Oh, these will be huge.
And more powerful mechanisms that will sure become an intriguing part of fleshing out builds. Various types of Kismets with different effects can be obtained through the.
That makes me want to play Rosa.
On this basis, there are even rarer dual Kismets.
Dual
Players can
Kismets.
unlock the installation qualifications during the gameplay. Typically, players can have 4 medium-sized slots, 9 small-sized slots, and 3 special undetermined slots. Undetermined Fates will provide players with additional Destiny slots. Players can install offensive Kismets in their slots to strengthen the weaker aspects of their build. For example, the dual Kismet Headshot will give you the effect.
He says, sorry, I'm just nitpicking here. He says offensive, but I mean, resists are obviously not offensive, right? I mean, kind of, but not really. And then this one, 5+5 to aura skill level and 30% sealed mana compensation when you have no energy shield. That one will be interesting because what if you're in a group with someone who uses Energy Fortress? It'll cancel your Kismet.
Of no energy shield, plus 5 aura skill level, plus 30% sealed mana compensation. Fire Plume and Thunder Branch allow you to directly have the effects of the corresponding Origin of Spirit Magus.
Oh, that's big.
Can help players build a more powerful build around the ultimate skill of Spirit Magus. It will grant all Spirit Magus an extra 10%.
What are the ultimate skills?
For each recent use of their ultimate skills.
Is that new, or have they always had ultimate skills and I've just never noticed? Because, like, what's an ultimate skill of a Spirit Magus? I don't know. I actually, like, I've played Spirit Maguses many times. I don't know what the ultimate skill is.
With a stacking calculation of up to 4 layers. Also, defensive Kismets should not be underestimated. For example, Hanging Bird will provide
now he's
you
saying
with an evasion
defensive,
lock
okay.
and have at least 3 layers of deflection. Witch Cloak can turn part of the
Ooh.
damage players take into mana absorbed. Mountain God can add part of the armor value to the barrier absorption amount.
Armor to barrier
providing
shield.
comprehensive
Oh
survival
my
protection.
goodness.
The intriguing aspect of Kismets is not merely about adding finishing touches to a build's damage output or survival. Players can try incorporating some special Kismet as core components and build fascinating strategies around them.
See, this is
There was
like,
once
if you could build a
legendary
build around it.
hammer called Valerie's Sneaker, which could achieve self-blocking for Rosa's trait by using the Void Orb. Now, players can once again find the Void Orb in the dual Kismet Spirit Orb.
Oh,
Bringing
really?
once prominent Rosa self-damage build back to prominence. As
Hell
we stated
yeah,
in
dude.
previous seasons, we want to allow players
Let's go,
to
Rosa.
access as much content as possible. As such, this season we are introducing methods for players to acquire legendary battle pack spirits. Throughout the season of Arcana, we'll feature check-in events, providing ample opportunities for all players to unlock legendary
Nice.
battle pack spirits. We'll also feature a brand
That's
new
huge.
co-op mode, which allows you to unlock legendary battle pads. But more on that later.
More on that later, guys. Pretty excited to see how that works. This is Iris. Well, that's low resolution. She's a hippie. Okay. There's the rock spirit we were looking at. It looks like that one's an erosion one. I mean, I already know this because I got told, but... 2 new Spirit Magus. I wonder why the frost one was in there. Probably just look better with 3.
Embodying the very essence of the elements, Iris transcends her role as a mere commander of spirits, merging with the spirit magi to enter a dynamic new battle state.
Dang, they got the,
Crossroads of Fate, Iris unlocks her transformative hero trait, Vigilant Breeze, a powerful new trait that enhances
They got
her
the UI
connection
turned
to the
off.
spirit magi. By merging with them, Iris gains the ability to directly
Look at the range on the Frost Spirit. It's so crazy.
And unleash devastating ultimate abilities. Here are just a few examples of the incredible unleashed.
Hold on, I want to see something here. How many spirits has she got here?
Spirits.
She's got an additional frost one,
Wield spirit magi skills and
and then she's got the yellow one, and then the red one as well. Is she using all of them?
unleash devastating ultimate.
She's got at least
abilities.
3.
Here are just a few examples of the incredible powers
2?
at her
3.
disposal. Frost Spirit. Actively control the Frost Spirit.
No, she's got
and
two here.
Use its ultimate after casting an Empower skill.
Same here as an
Harnessing a
OIL.
powerful bonus from the Empower skill. Fire Spirit. Manipulate the Fire Spirit to use its Empower skill, creating a trail of destruction that leaves only embers in its wake.
Righteous
But that's
Fire.
not all. Iris can push the Spirit
Without
Magi's
damaging
potential
yourself?
to its peak by consuming the Spirit's HP, drastically reducing her cooldowns and even enabling her ultimate to multi-strike or trigger a burst effect. Alternatively,
God,
Iris
spell
can adopt
burst.
a more supportive role. Apply life restoration to the merged spirits, extending their active duration and significantly enhancing their sustained output. Whether you decide to sacrifice the spirits for additional power or become their guardian, the new hero trait for Iris presents two distinct strategies, each with their strengths and distinct playstyle. Along with Iris' new
Interesting.
trait comes the addition of two new magus, the Rock Magus, master of physical damage, and the Erosion Magus, proficient in erosion damage. First, let's take a look at the Rock Magus.
Just gonna say, unless they change the way dot damage works, erosion's gonna be the way to go. Like, come on now. The only good builds last season were all just dot builds.
This formidable ally brings both offensive and defensive capabilities to your team.
Sorry, did that just say? Activating the skill. Activating the skill, so while it's summoned, this is the effect. Minus 11% additional hit damage taken.
This formidable ally brings both offensive and defensive capabilities to your team. Enhanced skill, Rock Blast. The Rock Magus rotates rapidly to attack all nearby enemies, while moving strategically towards its primary target, making it the whirlwind of the Spirit Magus.
It's the whirlwind. It's Garen.
Powerful leap that delivers fatal damage to enemies over a wide area.
Just leaps in and spins, it really is a barb.
Both close range and crowd control situations. Exclusive support skill. This skill converts the Rock Magus armor into additional damage, turning its sturdy defense into an offensive
Up to
power.
75%.
A master of erosion damage, offering strategic depth and a high damage potential. Enhanced skill and ultimate.
Oh, they didn't show us this one.
The Erosion Magus channels the power of decay to unleash a massive spike explosion.
Show us its
devastating
effect.
damage to all enemies within a large radius. Empower skill. Withering.
Oh, here it is. Minus additional dot damage taken. So if you had both of these on, that'd be a lot less damage taken.
This skill introduces a counterattack mechanism that automatically triggers a basic or enhanced skill whenever the Erosion Magus takes damage, providing
Interesting.
instant retaliation. Exclusive support skill. The Erosion Magus' support skill offers two distinct paths for growth. Upgraded trigger skill to an impressive ultimate, maximizing damage output.
Look at the range on these skills though.
Raising the
They're
frequency
almost
of
off
attacks
screen.
for more constant pressure on your enemies.
That's crazy. Their attack range is so wide, like it just hits the whole
We've also been
screen.
hard at work overhauling and reforging a certain portion of legendary gear to bring it in line with the current meta and most importantly, make it more fun and interesting to play with. Let's take a quick look at some examples of the exciting
Legendaries
changes
weren't very good
made.
last season, I'm not gonna
First up,
lie.
we have Sage's Insight, a set of legendary intelligence gloves. These gloves now deal elemental damage on hit, while simultaneously reducing the target's resistances across the other three elemental types. For example, if you're focusing on cold damage, the gloves will inflict fire, lightning, and corrosion damage, effectively lowering the
That's not what this says though. He just said it inflicts damage, it doesn't inflict damage at all. It just gives a debuff to the types you're not using. So you'd want to use more than one damage type, right?
monster resistances
But
by
anyway.
up to 100 points. This makes the Sage's Insight an invaluable tool for maximizing your elemental damage output and debuffing enemies. Next, the Evil Heart Armor, a legendary dexterity chest armor that serves
Oof.
as a cornerstone for ailment
Base ailment damage and additional.
This season, the
And
ailment
vial.
damage mechanism
Holy moly.
has received substantial updates, particularly the trauma mechanism. Eva's
Trauma?
armor is now perfectly suited to take full advantage of these changes, making them an ideal choice for players looking to push the limits of ailment-focused builds. For those interested in exploring the trauma mechanism more deeply,
Yes.
the Eternal Martyr gloves
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna play Rosa and I'm gonna try and build her trauma. I've tried every other season I've played her.
for trauma-focused builds, offering powerful synergy with the updated trauma mechanics. Players can now craft even more devastating setups to maximize trauma damage, unlocking
100%
new layers of
reaping
strategic
cooldown
depth
recovery speed.
in their builds.
That's
And now
insane.
we saved the best for last. Due to ongoing community feedback, we have upgraded the Lone Walker's boots to Ultimate Legendary Gear tier. Here's what's new with the Lone Walker's boots.
The hell are the Lone
Affix
Walker's
change.
boots?
Previously restrictive affix that auras can only apply to self has been removed, meaning that summoners can now equip and benefit from these boots. Enhanced affix. The last affix
5 or
evolves to
more
synergize
auras.
with sealed mana compensation, making it an essential item for aura builds. When enhanced through corrosion,
Co-op.
the boots can provide up to plus 100% increased aura effects, amplifying the power of your aura-based abilities like never before.
But you can still only have 4 auras yourself, so you'd have to use that in a group.
Now, further developing upon the skill system that was introduced in the Frozen Canvas, in the
Oh no,
season
it
of
gives you an
Arcana,
aura, so
13 active
yeah, you'd have
skills
5.
are being renewed and refreshed with new exclusive
13,
support
huh?
skills. Let's take a quick look at some of them. Let's start with Shadow Swap. Its exclusive support skill, Stillwater, instantly grants maximum stacked movement damage bonuses. No more
Really?
waiting for slow stacking. What's even better, the swamp now moves with your character, eliminating the need for the
You know what needed a
shadow
buff?
and massively
Ailment.
improving both
Ailment
the
damage.
gameplay and your map clearing speed.
I mean, it's a good
For
change, but
the Lunar Ring support skill
holy
adds a
shit, look
chance
at the
to
size of
release
that.
air blaze in all directions during a steep strike. This enhancement improves area coverage and makes the skill
It's
more
just the whole
versatile
screen.
in combat. Burning Shot gains through fire, which creates flame trails behind its projectiles. These trails deal damage to all enemies.
Oh,
in their
that's nice
path.
actually.
An interesting mechanic is that increasing the number of projectiles or jumps also increases the number of flame trails, allowing for creative and highly effective builds. We can
Why is it
already
not every
envision
time,
players
though?
running around the map with dozens of paths of flames. The Avalanche support skill for Blizzard ensures that all bombardment waves target large areas simultaneously, addressing a common complaint where waves would often hit just a few monsters. This
True.
change makes Blizzard more effective for dealing with groups of enemies.
Looks like the
While
AoE on
Chaos
all of these
skill
is
for
heaps bigger.
Bombard enhances its projectiles, making them larger and more powerful. These upgraded projectiles can eliminate most enemies in one hit.
What is that aura? Why is it so big? It's the whole screen.
Use to form. For balance, this trade-off ensures that Bombard remains a strong
1.5 Q.
but controlled option. Finally, the Fellowship support skill transforms Arrow.
The game's lagging.
I
That's funny.
honestly have no idea how
Yeah,
to
I can't say it either.
by enabling the summon units to follow your character. This turns the traditional stationary skill into a more mobile option, making it more practical for minion-based builds.
It's so funny that the footage was lagging.
Next up, hero balancing. The Season of Arcana not only introduces a new hero trait, but it's also balancing and revitalizing some familiar faces.
Like
It focuses
Boommoto
on refining
and Cat
traits
One.
that underperformed in the previous season, such as Rayon's Anger and Seething Silhouette, and Mato's Charge Calling. Additionally, adjustments to weaker traits aim to give players greater flexibility in finding their ideal playstyle. Let's take a quick look at some of
I hope
the
Erica
most
got
progressive
changed
changes
too.
for this season. Anger Rayhan's uncontrollable anger has been updated to allow attack and cast speed to influence cooldown recovery speed. This change enables more frequent triggering of explosion and boosts damage output.
Or
over
explosions
time.
is always
For the
good.
Seething Silhouette trait, the
Just in
interval
general.
growing anger has been reduced to 0.03 seconds, ensuring smoother synergy
That's fast.
with increased attack speed, while preventing diminishing returns from overly high speeds. Meanwhile, improvements to Rage Infusion will prevent players from becoming disarmed during combat, making the trait more reliable and versatile for different builds. For Mato's Charge Calling trait, the adjustments focus on optimizing the interaction between minions' attack and cast speed. These changes ensure better alignment between the timing of the commander's skill cast and the frequency of minion self-destruct abilities. This improvement should make minion-focused builds more exciting and enjoyable to play.
I don't understand that,
But
but Goober will have an idea on that.
And so much more will be listed out in a detailed manner in the upcoming Bull Bible, so stay tuned for it. The Season of Arcana also brings a variety of gameplay updates.
Gameplay
designed
updates.
to bring more variety to players and, not force players into such a tight and narrow locked meta. A significant update this season is the revision to the damage cap mechanism. Previously, the single frame damage cap limited the potential of low frequency, high damage builds. The new system calculates damage across 3 frames with a total cap of 1.5 trillion damage, rather than a single frame.
Sorry. 1.5 trillion. Does that look like a TDA? Why is it a Q?
These changes should provide more room for those builds to shine without disrupting overall balance. Regarding melee combat, we've optimized slash strike skills. Previously, the steep strike chance mechanism was somewhat obscure and non-intuitive.
Yeah, I never understood this skill at all.
To better align with players' intuition and expectations. Now, using sweep slash skills, each 1% steep
And it's
strike
awful
chance
to level
directly
with. It's
provides
like
1%
actually the
chance
worst
of
skill in the
triggering
game.
a steep strike. Meaning, a 100% steep strike stack guarantees a steep strike. For fighting wheel builds, the focus is on performing in the attacking field. For instance, the core legendary equipment Ghost Slaughter has shifted from providing a corrosion effect for all damage types to emphasizing attack and ailment damage. The additional increased damage from the fervor rating has been boosted from 75% to 100%.
Just
Trauma
100%
builds have
extra
underperformed for many seasons.
ailment damage.
This time, we've reworked trauma-related core legendary gear like the Eternal Martyr time to 100%.
Was that gloves? Yeah, see, the other trauma thing was gloves as well, so which one are you going to use? Are you going to use this, or are you going to use the other one? Like, if this is for trauma, and then the other one was also for trauma, but they're both gloves, you can't wear a different glove on each hand.
Emphasizing attack
And this one
and
seems
ailment
better,
damage.
to be honest.
The additional increased damage from the fervor rating has been boosted from 75% to 100%. Trauma builds have underperformed for many seasons. This time, we've reworked trauma-related core legendary gear like the Eternal Martyr.
Maybe
We
not.
hope
The other
combination of
gloves
trauma
are pretty good.
mechanics and critical strike attributes.
Why is she so
give
slow, though?
players more room for
Look at that move
creativity
speed.
when building trauma setups.
That's terrible.
High mana builds have also been strengthened. Improvements include the core legendary equipment affixes design and increased numerical scale for core talents like Mind Focus. With the addition of the Destiny mechanic and the Kismet Witch Cloak, high mana builds can be further developed, providing 40 to 50% effective HP value and additional HP equivalent to 10k when fully built.
Are we getting the return of mana stacking?
Multi-strike affixes now offer higher values, and legendary items like Flaming Evil and Frozen Path have been updated to make resistance stacking builds more competitive.
Those are nice.
Survival mechanics now emphasize synergy between defensive layers.
Oh, thank God.
Players can combine evasion and deflection, armor.
You know how hard it was to build proper defenses in hardcore? Especially hardcore solo self-found? It's so freaking hard. So freaking hard.
And barrier, or energy shield and damage transfer for greater durability. New affixes allow these systems to interact more effectively, adding depth to defensive strategies. Some overly dominant builds have been adjusted to maintain balance. Builds relying heavily on off-the-beaten-track, seal conversion, elemental resistance, and physical damage conversion have been slightly nerfed. Physical damage
No.
conversion has been scaled back, while attack and spell block chances have been made more flexible. New block
Okay, well.
have been added to items like chest armor,
Yes.
shields, belts, rings, and
Come
cuffs,
on.
offering
Easy max
additional
block
ways
again.
to enhance defenses. Additionally,
I'm definitely playing
survival
Rosa.
mechanics like armor and evasion now include bonuses for mitigating damage.
Dude, that's
over time,
huge. Minus
offering broader
45%?
utility beyond just direct hits.
City Defense. This is the new
After
co-op
so much
mode.
feedback from the community, we're finally bringing more co-op content to Torchlight.
Yes,
Elite
come on.
City Defense. In this tower defense type event, players must join forces to defend the city's central energy crystal from 15 waves of relentless attacks. The energy crystal must survive until the final wave, and you and your teammates will have a total of 6 revival opportunities. Each wave offers increasing difficulty.
6 revival opportunities, so not for hardcore, obviously. The thing I want to say before I watch any more is the problem with the crystal has to survive, and this is in just about every game that does this, by the way, like literally any game that does this. They'll put like invincible or invisible mobs, and Torchlight has both of those, and they'll like go along under the ground and they'll pop up next to the crystal and they'll just hit it. Like even what was I playing the other day? Nightingale had this thing where you have to protect something and the mobs would just spawn next to it, charge at it, and hit it before you even kill them. And while they're spawning in, they're invincible. It's just like if you've played God of War in Torchlight, you already know that these things exist, right? I just hope this is done better than God of War is basically what I was here. So hopefully these stupid, like, you know, the Eterna mobs that are like little candle in the darkness, you have to run over them before you can even kill them. Stuff with like proximity shields or the ones that block in the front, stuff like that. I hope none of that's part of the waves, because it's just annoying.
And some introduce unique mechanics that demand quick thinking and precise teamwork. For
Teamwork.
Instance, you may need to
Interesting.
coordinate with your partner to block a critical attack or handle specific threats strategically. Success will require sharp communication and cooperation, making this event a true test of teamwork. The City Defense Challenge features 7 levels of difficulty.
7 levels,
Players
okay.
have to secure victory once at each level to unlock rewards. Prizes are based on the number of waves successfully
Oh, did you guys see that? Look at this. Down the bottom here, team matching. Looks like you can queue up for public. That's pretty interesting. Then it's got an exchange shop rankings team. I assume this is if you want to pick your team, and this just puts you in a random team. The thing is, what I'm seeing here is it doesn't tell you how difficult this is. Hopefully that's not like, hopefully once you click through to something else it tells you how difficult it is before you go in.
Level to unlock rewards. Prizes are based on the number of waves successfully completed, and the ultimate reward is worth the effort. Upon conquering all difficulties, players can exchange their progress for a legendary battle pass.
So you get to, once obtained, it can be used in your inventory to choose. So you get to choose which one you want. It's pretty cool. Oh, Anthem's in there. I'm gonna level up my Anthem, guys.
Pack Spirit.
Or maybe I'll use it on Pale Knight.
We're excited to announce the integration of the Frozen Canvas gameplay mechanic into the core progression. Alongside this integration, we've introduced some new changes to the snowfield, enhancing its
Hopefully they made it better.
aligning it more closely with player expectations. Streamlined talent constellation. The Frozen Canvas Atlas has been reworked.
Don't
to
care about
simplify
this.
its talent structure. Early stage difficulties have been consolidated.
You pretty much
allowing
just
players to
max
progress
this out and then
efficiently.
never look at it again, so it's
Now,
kind of
completing
irrelevant.
The first difficulty directly knocks the ability to assemble a 7th level cell, reducing unnecessary repetition. Simplified painting process.
Okay.
The painting process has been optimized for convenience. The prepare paint phase has been removed altogether. Once
Yes.
players install the snow paper, they can begin painting immediately. No separate paint collection is required. Acquiring snow paper fragments is now more flexible, and for added convenience, snow paper fragments are tradable this season. To complement these changes, the void shard
That still looks
introduces a new
annoying, to be
talent
honest.
constellation
I'm not gonna do
specifically
it.
for the Frozen Canvas. Activating these talents
So the problem is, this is the problem right here. This whole thing right here is the problem. I think whenever it's showing you this, you should be able to, like, maybe this wouldn't work on controller or phone or something, but especially on PC. See how it says horizontal and gameplay? if I mouse over here, it should show me where that's going to go. Or if I mouse here, it should show me where that's going to go, or that's going to go. Instead of me having to go, okay, horizontal, that's this way. Gameplay, that's gameplay. The diamond, right? So I have to manually, every single time I make this selection, I have to do like at least 2 calculations in my head. And then I have to look at the board and I have to make many, many, many more calculations just for this thing that gives like actually terrible loot unless you have the chest nodes. Like if you don't have a chest node, this isn't worth doing unless they buff the rewards by like 1,000%.
Are tradable this season. To complement these changes, the Void Shard introduces a new talent constellation specifically for the Frozen Canvas. Activating these talents increases the efficiency of collecting snowpaper fragments, allowing players to transition to the painting phase more quickly.
Don't really care about that.
Along with the previously announced new exclusive support skills, we hope that in this season, the Frozen Canvas seasonal mechanic is going to be much more profitable and enjoyable. To create an even more diverse and
I don't think anything he just said made it sound more enjoyable.
Adjustments to the Void Shard. These changes aim to provide
it seems like it's mostly the same.
While improving the overall mapping experience. The Beacon Talent constellation has been
Why would you take all of them?
To enhance the early game experience. Its effects are now more prominent at lower time marks, enabling players to acquire beacons more efficiently. This reduces the frustration of broken maps and helps players progress from time marks more smoothly. Some talent changes are also designed.
Was that a problem? Like I play solo self-found hardcore and I never, not once, ever ran out of beacons. Not once. Like even when I was spamming T7s, just literally you get more than what you use. What's the point of that? I mean, for T8 maybe, but I mean, it's solo self-found hardcore. You never get into T8. It's impossible. Unless you're playing some broken character.
To amplify the core excitement and rewards of different gameplay elements. The Cube constellation has been improved to elevate the cube drawing experience. Unlocking a specific talent now allows for 3 consecutive frenzies. The Hunting talent constellation has been updated to better connect drop quantity mechanics with boss encounters. For example, a boss affected by the Goddess of Hunting can now summon a skeletal boss upon defeat. By coordinating with
the hell is a skeletal boss?
Cards and boss replication probabilities, players could potentially encounter up to 6 bosses in a single stage. This significantly amplifies star talent bonuses.
Sorry, this goes back to what I was just saying about Frozen Canvas as well. You see how all of these are listed individually? I have to go 4, 7, 17, 20, 23. Why? Why do I have to do this? Just add them all together and tell me what the actual percentage is.
Bosses in a single stage. This
I don't want to have to think more than I have to.
Related to boss drops up to 6 times.
The more a player has to think over and over and over and over like this, the more fatigue they get.
The overall quantity of compass drops has been reduced, but the proportion of high-value compasses has been increased. Type-specific talents in the compass constellation now have improved effects.
Compasses were already too rare in solo self-found, now they'll just never drop.
With Monster Max Life bonuses have been adjusted to make their effects on gameplay more distinct and reducing unintended difficulty spikes. Confusion cards have also received a small rework to make their effects clearer and more rewarding. For example,
more rewarding, let's go.
The Confusion card Humiliated Dark Surge previously had a chance to drop multiple supernova explosions when the Surge type was legendary gear. This effect has now been adjusted to be more straightforward. All types of Surge will drop legendary gear. Alongside with looting, we've also optimized the mapping and combat experience. We've made significant adjustments to improve the clarity of visual effects for monster skills.
Oh, thank God.
A more intuitive and responsive combat experience. Netherrealm map affixes and the Glacial Abyss Planewasher's Breath affix now feature clear indications for safe zones, enabling more precise decision-making during battles. Additionally, we've addressed several unreasonable...
Never died to that. I don't see the... I mean...
where players might feel defeated with unclear or poorly telegraphed skills. Improved map...
I mean, it's a good change.
Based on community feedback,
Improving
we
visual
worked
clarity will
around
never be a
maps
bad
that
choice.
previously offered subpar farming experiences. These maps are being replaced with more engaging and balanced alternatives, such as the Sunken
Replaced.
Dunes in the Voidlands. Our goal is to provide players with maps that not only challenge your skills but also provide, a more overall enjoyable experience. Next up, we're introducing a brand new high-value
What is
drop,
this?
the Sprout of Legends. The Sputting Sprout serves as a key to unlock a treasure trove. Presented to the Netherrealm mentor at Ember's Rest, and he will guide you to the Cradle of Renewal. In this secret realm, each sprout can be exchanged for a treasure chest, each containing a random legendary gear. Furthermore, there's a higher chance of obtaining rare legendary gear.
I was gonna say, these are all rare ones.
Next
Like
up,
precious.
in-game content and challenges. The Supreme Showdown and Boss Conquest are making their return as the two thrilling endgame challenges, offering great rewards and prestige. This season, players
I wonder if they changed the boss conquest, because it wasn't very good.
The tokens from the frozen canvas that they have not yet exchanged. Players who have already earned their legendary pack spirit in the previous season can still participate, collect new tokens, and earn another legendary pack spirit.
Yeah, that's
Adjustments to
cool.
Supreme Showdown. A fresh mechanic has been introduced to the Supreme Showdown. Condensed energy. How it works. Players must collect condensed energy while battling. Collecting a specific amount within a time limit will generate a powerful energy shield, which may block fatal blows when necessary.
May block fatal blows. Okay, bro.
Slow debuff. If players collect extra condensed energy, they'll gain a damage bonus, but also suffer a slow debuff. This allows new strategic layers based on your playstyle and build. New Supreme Boss.
Okay.
False God of Symbiosis. The original 20th stage boss, Lord of the Void Sea, has been replaced
Oops,
by a new
left my
Supreme
email open.
challenge,
My bad.
False God of Symbiosis, a powerful fusion of animal and god forms embodied by Keegan. Supreme Showdown
Ugh,
expansion.
Keegan.
The Supreme Showdown also now features an expanded 21-floor structure.
Is that a triple boss?
In an epic
Oh my
showdown
god, look
against
at this
Supreme
thing.
Sons of the Rising Tide on the final floor. This free boss battle introduces a new level of difficulty and coordination, being the ultimate glory achievement for this season. Thanks to the new balancing changes, as well as buffing some of the hero traits which underperformed in the Frozen Canvas, we expect more players to be able to complete 420 in comparison to last season.
Good,
This
because
also
nobody
remains
could do it
the
last
same
season.
the legendary drop back.
I think I cleared, what, floor 4 or 5 on Solo Self and
Quality
Hardcore.
of life optimizations. We've introduced several quality of life improvements designed to make your gameplay smoother and more convenient.
Okay.
Here's a look at the major updates.
Let's go.
Dream interpretation system. The dream interpretation process has been simplified to make it faster and more enjoyable. Hunters can now select from 3 sweet dream affixes and instantly reinterpret the dream
Ooh.
if none are satisfactory.
That's nice.
Removing unnecessary repetition. Pack Spirit Scheme improvements. The Pack Spirit Scheme page is now converted to account level storage. Whether you create a new character in the current season or start fresh in a new season, you can easily inherit already stat strategies. With Season Pass will also grant.
Okay, I accidentally turned off the recording, so I'm back. I'm just gonna splice these together. I don't know what I missed there, but he's talking about the pack spirits. There's 2 different sets here. It looks like you can have 3 drops and 3 battle ones at the same time, which is pretty cool.
Create a new character in the current season or start fresh in a new season, you can easily inherit already stat.
As someone who plays
strategies
hardcore,
without
I really
reconfiguring
appreciate that I
multiple
don't
pack
have to
spirit
keep
schemes.
making my
Unlocking the
plans
Golden
on
Season
every
Pass
character.
also grant access to additional Pack Spirit Scheme pages. We also noticed in previous seasons that players had to switch Pack Spirits plans to cope with different scenarios.
Yes.
For example, when facing elites and bosses, they needed to switch to battle packs to increase combat efficiency. Then
Yes.
they had to hurriedly switch back to drop packs to obtain their respective bonuses. This process was a bit cumbersome, and so we have adjusted the original Pack Spirit layout. Now, players can make packs with up to 3 drop packs and 3 battle packs. After forming a pack with a drop pack spirit, you can immediately get all of its talent effects without adding any pack points. Accordingly, the affix of the quantity of pack points plus 1 will be replaced with our affixes. On this basis,
Huh?
the pack branches of pack spirits will be simplified to linear structures. Compass enhancements. We've reclassified the rarity of all compasses and refined their icon designs, making it easier to distinguish between different effects within the same gameplay and rarity. Additionally,
Is
the
that
remaining
easier?
compass
It looks the
quantity is
same.
now displayed on the compass slot, allowing players to more intuitively see their stock. Next up, Flame Sand.
Here we go. I don't think, is this any different to before? Still, the relevant icon is tiny over here, right? Like, this isn't anything useful. This is the only part you care about, and then this, and then the rarity, right? Which is the color of the thing. So this should be here, like huge and big, right? I don't understand why the relevant parts, like these two things, are so tiny. Especially if you're playing on phone, that'd be so hard to read.
Intuitively see their stock. Next up, Flame Sand. We're aware that in the frozen canvas, as players progress into later time arcs, they found themselves with an overabundance of flame sand and not much use for it. As such,
Not the case in Solo Self-Found.
Introducing a conversion mechanism where players can directly convert
This is good
flame
though.
sand to FE at a certain ratio. Time Transition Capsule Upgrade. The Time Transition Capsule effect has been upgraded.
Don't care, don't use it.
Level 60 character, you can now use it to create a level 86 character
86?
and directly equip level 86 gear. Path of
Really?
progression optimizations. We've addressed issues with the path of progression, aiming to better serve new players. All growth targets can now record progress in advance, and we've significantly reduced the difficulty.
Okay, but here's my question. Is it gonna work in Solo Self-Found, Hardcore, and Solo Self-Found Hardcore? Because last season, as someone who played Solo Self-Found Hardcore, I had to switch back to Trade League every single time to check what I needed to do next, which I'm too fucking lazy to do that, so I didn't do that. And so I just literally never completed this because I never had any idea where I was or what I was doing or what the next step was.
Of certain achievements.
I missed out on so much shit I
Rewards
wanted.
for completing objectives have also been enhanced, offering more resources for a smoother early stage game.
Like they gave us all of this,
Certain
right?
rewards that increase
But
draws
all the
can also now be unlocked earlier.
crystals and
helping
things, you didn't get
early
any of
stage
that.
Trade house enhancements. Search history. The trade house homepage now lets you view previously searched product
Oh,
records,
that's cool.
saving you time by eliminating the need to redefine search criteria. Advanced search filters. You can now apply both unit price and total price conditions simultaneously, helping you find more cost-effective items
That's cool.
within your budget. Smarter price check system. The default search rules of the price check system have been improved to automatically query items with prices lower than the current affix, enhancing efficiency and making it easier to find the best deals. Additionally, when
What?
an item sells, you'll receive a prompt notification, even if you're in the Netherrealm.
I don't know about
Manual
that.
updates.
I hope you can turn that off.
For those puzzled by drop calculations and drop attributes effectiveness, new content has been added to the help manual. We've included explanations of various drop attributes, such as drop
Nice.
quantity bonuses, drop rarity, extra drops, and multipliers.
For anyone who
along with
hasn't
their order
used
of
the help
effectiveness.
system,
For
it's
example,
actually really
entering
good.
multiplier in the help manual provides detailed explanations, examples, and more. Mobile optimizations. Despite a greater and greater focus on PC development, we're continuously optimizing the performance of the mobile version, particularly the frame rate during mob-intensive moments, ensuring all players enjoy a smoother gaming experience.
Good, good. I like that.
Next up, microtransactions and monetization. Benefits and events. With the Season of Arcana, we're resetting our double top-up rewards. Check-in events.
Oh,
Enjoy a
that's
series
not
of
gonna be
check-in
good for my
events
wallet.
where logging in for 7 consecutive days will reward you with another legendary Battle Pack Spirit. Spring
Wait, really?
Festival check-in. During the Spring Festival event, simply check in to receive a Battle Pack Spirit 10 draw. Battle Pack Spirit rates. In the Season of Arcana, the chances of drawing a legendary Battle Pack Spirit for the current season have been massively improved. Previously, when drawing a legendary battle pack, there was a 50% chance of drawing the current season's battle pack. But now drawing a legendary battle pack spirit guarantees a 100% chance of it being the battle pack for the current season. Now let's take a quick look at some of this season's new cosmetics.
Dragon! That's cool. Wait, was that a portal? Okay, my only problem with this is I've got some portals already that take a while to open up, and you can't use them while they're opening up. So I don't like, even though they look cool, I literally don't use them. Because I don't want to wait that 2, 3, 4 seconds for the portal to open up before I can get out of the map. Oh, that's cool.
The major highlight is our first gender banning cosmetic, the Spirit of Wolf Hunter skin for Rayhan. Brand new seasonal mechanic,
very cool.
A new growth system, a new hero trait for Iris, new exclusive support skills, new hero balancing, buffs to underperforming heroes, supreme showdown improvements, new co-op content, a host of quality of life improvements, free legendary battle packs, free heroes, and so much more. The season of Arcana is right around the corner, coming January 9. Stay tuned for more news and events.
Oh yeah, it is. That's in like 3 days.
That's all for today, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Hell yeah, dude. Look at the size of these skills. It's so crazy, dude. I wasn't going to play the new Iris, but it looks pretty fun. I think I'll start with Rosa. I want to create an invincible character. That was very cool. I like that a lot. The pack changes, being able to equip 3 and 3. Pretty big. The Kismet system, I didn't really understand any of that. I mean, it just looked like you equip the stuff that's good. I'm sure I'll just use it to like shore up my resistances and things like that, and then as I get better gear, I'll take it out and put some damage stuff in, or something like that. It looks good. There wasn't enough information for me to be able to understand it. Maybe once I actually play it, I'll be like, oh, that's how that works, you know? The tower defense thing, it looked like it has the same problems that God of War has, in that the time that I have to stand there and wait for things to spawn and come in and all this sort of stuff is a long time. So the reward has to be very, very good. Otherwise, my time would be better spent blasting maps. Having said that, it seemed like it was like the daily boss stuff where you just you do it to get the rewards for each wave, and then you just don't do it again. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Hopefully I'm wrong about that. But yeah. I think the problem with the last season was if you didn't get the chest, it just wasn't really worth doing very much. Also, I just played solo self-found hardcore last season, so maybe in profound, deep space, blah blah blah, T8, all this stuff that you literally can't do in solo self-found hardcore, maybe it was all fine there. I don't know. Kind of irrelevant. Either way, it should be rewarding all the way through, not just at the end. Yeah. I mean, I did use it to get crafting materials, so I still ran it. But it would have been nice if it was better, is all I'm saying. Like, I think over the entire time I played to 100 on... Who was I playing? Moto 1. And I got a Yuga 2 to 98. All this... You know, I played a lot, right? I played a lot of Frozen Canvas, and I found two skill gems. That's it. The whole time I played. Just 2. So I think it wasn't rewarding. You didn't get the skill gems enough. It just wasn't very. And that's probably my concern going into the new season. I'm still going to play the hell out of it, and I'm going to play in Trade League this time because I think the support for solo self found just isn't there. I don't know whether that's intentional, whether the devs just don't care about it, or they forget that it exists when they create all this stuff, and then, like, I remember last season, I think it was like 3 or 4 days in, they're like, oh, um, the whole new system that we put in for the path of progression just literally doesn't work for 3 of their 4 game modes that we have. And so they just mailed us all the stuff, which it was appreciated, but it would have been a lot better if we could just do the stuff. I know there was stuff in the path of progression, like, use the trade house 475,000 times, which you obviously can't do if you're in solo self-found, but it would have been nice to be able to do other stuff. And then if I wanted the trade house stuff, I could have then gone over and done it there. So hopefully that's better. I'm expecting that it's not. The amount of times they've just completely forgotten that solo self-found and hardcore exists, like half the time the battle pass doesn't even work until they're like, oh crap, that's right, there's 3 other great game modes, we should make them work in that too. Like, it's pretty funny to me personally, but I'm pretty excited. I'm definitely going to be playing this. I need to play copious amounts of Tarkov in the next 2 days so that I'm sick of that by the time this comes out, so that I can just slap the crap out of mobs. I was going to play Trade League Hardcore, but I think I might do that later on. I might actually play just normal Trade League this season. I think I'm done with the whole solo self-found hardcore thing until they start taking it seriously. I've got first to 100 quite a few times there now. I don't think it's very challenging, since not enough people race in there anyway. But yeah, I'm probably just going to play Trade League so that I can do the co-op stuff with Goober and maybe some other friends that play as well if they want to, which is also one of the reasons that I want to create like an invincible Rosa. Plus, if I get an invincible Rosa working, then I can take that across to Trade League Hardcore later on. So I'm pretty excited to try out the new trauma stuff. The uniques, the gloves, and the chest looked really, really good. And if we can get like 100% reaping cooldown recovery speed, I'm just thinking about it now. I think that was on the first set of gloves, or maybe that was on the armor, but that was huge. And then it also had like minus 15% additional damage taken, physical damage taken. Which, since they said they nerfed the conversion from fizz to elemental, that'll actually be pretty necessary, I think, in hardcore as a Rosa. And then the additional sources of block, it should be easy to get 100 block Rosa going again. Hopefully I can just get like a bunch of like block ratio on my shield and just get that up to 60%, so it's just another layer of being able to do all that stuff. So yeah, pretty excited. I wasn't sure what character I was going to play before I watched this, but I'm definitely going to be playing Rosa now. The only concern there is speed, but I mean, we can just play a build that has a fast speed, stack a bunch of movement speed, things like that. So yeah, I will be I'll be putting out some videos and stuff like that, so look forward to that. If you're still watching, probably nobody is, because I've been rambling for a long time. This was a really long video, and I kind of paused it in the middle. Well, what happened was when I closed my email, the active window went back to OBS, and then when I hit spacebar to pause the video, it just stopped recording. So I think I only missed like a few seconds in the middle there, because I noticed it straight away. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'll see you all in the Arcana season. And if you all play Iris 2, you're gonna have to let me know what it's like. I think if I had to guess, either the erosion possessing the erosion spirit magus or the frost one, because the frost was just covering the whole screen. So I think that might be the way to go. The fire one looked pretty crap, to be honest. It didn't cover the whole screen like all the other ones did. The rock one was kind of the same. It was only half screen. So I think probably frost and erosion will be the way to go there. But yeah, feel free to drop a comment. What are you playing? What do you think if you're going to be playing Iris 2? Which spirit magus do you think will be the way to go? Let me know. All right, catch you all later. See ya. Bye. Why are you still here? Leave. Still here, huh?